Hello, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to refinish a longboard. Let's take a look at the materials we're going to need.
You will need an adjustable wrench, Phillips screwdriver, electric sander, 100 and 150 grit sandpaper, paint stripper, old rags, a chisel or putty knife, spray paint of your choice, and clear coat. The first step is to remove everything off the longboard so that you're down to just the deck. To do this, you'll need a Phillips screwdriver and an adjustable wrench. To get the truck screws out, you'll need to clamp the adjustable onto the nut underneath the deck and remove the screws from the top. Once the screws are removed, you should be able to take the trucks off completely. Now that you're down to just the board itself, it's time to start sanding. If you haven't applied Mod Podge to the surface of your board as a sealant, then this step doesn't apply to you, but here's how to remove the Mod Podge. Pour a decent amount of clean strip paint stripper onto the deck and spread it around with an old cloth. After 15 minutes, check to see if it has loosened up. It took 3 coats for ours to come off. Once it is loosened, you'll need to scrape it off with either a chisel or a putty knife. I should also mention that when using the paint stripper, some of you may want to use gloves as it can sting if it gets on your skin. Now you want to put 100 grit sandpaper into your sander. If you're new to sanding, apply a good amount of force downwards and keep it moving back and forth. You want to do this to both sides of the board until all the paint is removed, but it doesn't hurt if there's still a little bit left because you'll cover it up with white paint. After you've done it with 100 grit, switch to 150 grit to make the surface a little smoother and repeat the same steps. This is what you want the surface of your board to look like when you're finished sanding. Now that you've sanded, you're ready to put your first coat of paint on. This will be the main color of your board. Staying about 10 inches above the surface, sweep from one side to the other while moving forwards to get a first layer on. Your first coat should not look perfect, it's just there to build on. Wait at least 20 minutes before doing the skin to the same side you just sprayed. We did 2 solid coats and then 1 to go back and just touch it up. Do this on both sides of your board. After you've painted your board completely on both sides, you're ready to do whatever design or hand painting on it that you want. This can be done with spray paint as well if you just want to design, but we use regular paint and she hand painted it since she's a much better artist than I am. Spraying a clear coat over top of your paint is optional. We decided not to do it to save time because we felt it wasn't necessary. But to apply the clear coat, you'd use the same method that we used for spraying it white. After your first 2 coats of clear coat are dry, you'll need to reassemble the trucks, which is just putting the screws and nuts back on. Once you have completed all of these steps, your board is ready to ride again. Your board obviously won't look exactly like this because we did a different design, but when you're done it should look somewhat like this. Thanks for watching our tutorial on how to refinish a longboard.